All right. What is up? Yes, we are back. Hello, everybody. Good. It's 7 o'clock for me, so it's evening for me. Good evening. Good whatever time of day it is for you. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be doing doing a track breakdown of the second track off of me and Soul's duo EP called Hiatus Book 1. Yesterday on stream, we did a track breakdown of the title track, Hiatus. Today, we're going to do track 2, which is Wilderness, a single that came out last year, I believe May 31st. Weirdly enough, that single came out and it hit all DSPs except for Apple Music for some reason. Like, it's on Spotify, it's on like iHeart, Pandora, all these other DSPs, but for some reason Apple Music just never picked it up. So, but this is the first single that came out to launch our announcement of our duo alias. So this track is a very important track. And this track was also a lot of fun to make. So how it's gonna work is we're going to head into the DAW and we're going to listen to the first draft of the track that Soul sent me before I did any work on it. And then we'll be doing a walkthrough of what I did throughout the track. So without further ado, let's just get straight to it. I don't have any reactions to react to today, so it might just be like a simple track breakthrough for like an hour or however long it takes, and then whatever time we have left, we'll just do some sound design. So let's just go ahead and fade them out. And I wish the fade out was a lot more cleaner in Apple Music's volume rocker, but apparently not. So before I go into Logic here, let me just look at my watch later if my YouTube would work to see if I have anything. There is this agent video that I wanted to see. I bought My First House Schedule 1 Episode 3. My coworker kind of recommended me to watch this, but it's an hour long. So I don't know if I'll react to that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have anything to react to. So I'll just watch it on my own time. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's open up. I say open up, I already have it open. Here we are. We are in the project file of Wilderness, the second track off of the Hiatus Book 1 EP. Just a quick little reminder, anything that's in the blue like this is, well, except for these are my vocals, and then these are just like sound effects. But anything that says Wilderness and it's blue audio, that's all Soul's stuff. And then obviously things that are in MIDI or color coordinated to the said group is my stuff. So, but before we get into that, let's go ahead and listen to the original audio that Soul sent over to me before I started to pick it apart. So I don't see any cuts in the audio, so this looks like the uncut version of it. So let's take a listen. And that's it. That's the entire audio of that. I just remembered. Let me start recording. Okay, so we just heard Soul's part, the audio that he sent me. And now let's go over exactly what I did to it. So into the intro we go. So the first thing we hear is this guy. So as you can see, there's only a few elements that are be added here. This is pretty much the same. I didn't really do much to this audio. Maybe I channel EQ, but I didn't really do much to this. Um, I added my drone bass. Um, Same thing that I spoke about yesterday with the drone bass. I'll go over it again one more time, but it's very simple. It's a saw wave with a fundamental cutout and with a voice of 16 unison voices and detuned like heck with a low pass 24 filter and and a sub with direct out. So that's really it. That's how you make a drum bass. Very simple, very plain. Plain Jane drum bass. Now, and I replaced the drums here because, as you can hear the side chain, I replaced it with my soft drums here. And then there's this impact kick. Um, and then there's white noise to kind of do like a transitional section. Now, as we get to closer to the build-up, we have these two things happening. We have this church choir, which I think is a volume automation. Yeah. So is the cathedral organ. Very simple. It's the this is the Logic native preset, which I added I think no, I think it kind of no, I added a chroma verb just to give it some more um atmospheric touch to it, just to give it more reverb on the tail end. And in the sampler, um I mean, it's not the default setting, but I did make a few tweaks with the release and the attack for the incoming sample. And then we have this cathedral organ, which is also a volume automation up to act as if like a velocity situation. Which this is a serum preset that I made. Um, and it's interesting how I made this because really and truly, if we go into the wavetable editor, it's just so the wavetable editor have these highlighted lines here, and all I did is um I added some uh binary frequencies here on the highlighted line, which created this organ like sound. Yeah, so I gave it a 9 voice unison with some detuning. No, nothing in the effects section. So that's literally it. And I made this back in 2023. This was like a happy accident kind of sound. So that's how you make a cathedral organ. It doesn't sound like a real organ, obviously. This is just a synthesized version. And then let me take off the post processing. So this is its raw natural sound. So that's its raw natural sound. And then with some chroma verb, gave it a 10-second decay with a dry wet of around 40 to 35%, 30, 45 to 35%. 47 on dry, 37 on wet, using just the room mode and a channel EQ that pretty much cuts off the good part of the lows and mid frequencies and uh a slight uh decrease in the high shelf right there. So to give it more of a brighter kind of sound, not brighter, but more of a focused tone on just the midsection and the mid highs. So it doesn't, because there's a lot of low and mid information that I didn't want it to affect the drone bass. So, and yeah, let's keep it going into the build up. All right, so got a few things happening. We got an impact. Drone bass still the same. I did a volume automation down, which realistically I would normally now just do like a EQ low pass frequency going the opposite way, getting rid of the lows, but hey, these were old methods. So now we have this wilderness audio here, which is the as I talk about the high pass automation, I did it right here. So nothing too crazy going on with this. Um, we added some effects here. Since it's called wilderness, I took it upon myself to put some like nighttime forest sounds. So these are sounds I found from Splice. Here's one. Very simple. I didn't really do much to this. Yeah, this is just its raw audio. Then I added some night loop, country insects, and rural crickets, just to give it more of that nighttime feel. This is really subtle in the background, so you're really not going to hear it with everything else. And then last but not least, I added some vocals here. So these derived from the vocals right here. As you can see, there's some processing happening here. But sounds fire. Keep up the great work. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um yeah, so it was just me pretty much filtering out the vocals a little bit and then bouncing it to audio and making it like this. So, and then we have this little church choir, this reverse church choir, which to me it sounds like um it sounds like a mix between the church choir and the organ. So It has to be because it probably came from this. Maybe if I extended. No, I guess not. I don't know where this came from. uh, it came from somewhere because there it is again. Um. Oh, let me see. Let me extend it. So I must have like rendered this out as audio and then just kind of made like a reverse situation. I just started making music. Do you think you could check it out? Absolutely. I can check it out at the end of this walkthrough. Um I'm assuming your name, that's your channel name that I can just look up and just check something out. What kind of music do you make? And yeah, so this is the build up. Uh Not much to it. There's a impact kick as well. I didn't decide to do like my regular typical build up simply because that I wanted to kind of get away from that and just kind of let the swelling of the sounds kind of make its own transitional build up just to give it like a different variation. Yep, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out at the end of the walkthrough. We'll see what you got. I make kind of chill hip hop. Love that. We don't have a lot of artists that kind of makes that. Um, and chill hip hop is really fire. It's really fire genre. I'm surprised there's not a lot of that. So, how long have you been making music? You said you just started making music. Like, do you mean just started in terms of did you start like a few months ago, since last year? Like, what's the time frame? All right, let's get into the drop here. All right, so that's the first drop. Let's see. About a month ago, I have two songs out. Okay, cool. What made you decide? So, is was music kind of like something you've always wanted to try, or was it something that you just kind of, you know, jumped on just to see if you could do it, or like what's the story behind it? It's very rare that I talk to somebody who literally just started making music. Was it something like you've been dabbling for a long time and then finally decide to release something, or is this like just fresh, like you literally just started? Because that's actually very interesting. It's very rare that I kind of talk to somebody who's just starting. So, but I'm interested. I'm interested to hear what's that journey like. All right, so that was the first drop. This first drop is very minimal. I wanted to really accentuate the motif that Soul has pretty much laid down. With the whole so I wanted to really like bring that out and make it a bit louder and really make that be a part of the drop. So so here's the so I have that. This has a little bit of serum effects on it, some hyper and dimension, with a low pass filter, yeah, low pass filter on there, and EQ to boost up the high shelf. This has a note latch on it, so it's going 16th notes, and it's making it do the stuttering. The LFO1 is modulating the cutoff of the filter, making it create this kind of stutter effect. And then On top of that, we have this church choir. It says church choir, but it's literally a church. It's the church choir infused with the cathedral organ, so you hear like that really high ring. And then you have this bass that's kind of driving it. Yeah, I've made music before, but I wasn't, but it wasn't good. But now I have a good team to work with. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Nice, man. Hey, congrats on the two songs. Congrats on the two songs. It's all about starting, man. Once you start, man, and you get that bug, man, just keep going, man, and have fun with it. That's the most important part. Have fun with it. Don't get caught up in the whole, you know what I'm saying, like competition trends and all that stuff. Just make whatever that's authentic to you. So it doesn't feel like work to you or nothing like that. Just have fun with it. Because that's what music's all about, right? Expressing yourself, telling your story, and connecting. So good for you, man. I can't wait to hear the two tracks. Um, all right, so let's see what's going on with this bass here. So this is a not much going on. We have a basic shape. We have a basic shape. I don't know what I did here. Maybe this is a I don't know if this is like a let me look into the wavetable editor. This is probably a part of the basic shape or something like that. But I have a 9 voice unison and got it somewhat detuned. I also for oscillator A, oscillator B, it's going an octave higher with a 5 semitone um raise in pitch because I was trying to when you use the sync window, especially if it's a this is a no sync window. This is a sync with a no window on it. So sometimes there'll be harmonics that will kind of be in tune in one key, but then get off key if you press another note. So this was to help with that make that small correction in the harmonics. So we have that, and the volume is all the way at 0 because we are using this warp node in oscillator A to FM from B. Um, to change the signal to morph the signal from A to B. That's what LFO uh which LFO2 is doing. LFO2 is modulating the FN from B warp knob. We have LFO1 here modulating the cutoff of the filter here. And then we have LFO3 modulating the leveling slash volume of the sub oscillator, making a sharp, not too sharp, but a linear pluck here. And then in the effects section, just a little raise in the EQ. So let me go down an octave. This is a really cool patch. And you know what? Now that I'm here, let me go ahead and save it. um, because sometimes when I make music, I make like I make like such a very cool preset that I forget to save them. And when the song is done, I never go back in the project to rename or save it. So should I put in a Serum 2 preset? Sure. Why not? The more the merrier, right? Let's put it in there. We'll call it wilderness. Wilderness. Um, wilderness pluck. Call it that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm not that great at promoting, so I only have 18 subs. Oh, bro, I marketing is my weakness at the moment. I have no idea how to market electronic music properly because it's like, you know, I feel like promoting hip hop music and pop music and, all the mainstream stuff, to me, it just looks like it's a lot easier because it's two genres that people can digest a lot easier. With electronic music, it's like a specific niche types of listeners. Not to say that not a lot of people listen to it. A lot of people listen to electronic music because there's so many different umbrellas. I say umbrellas, but so many subgenres underneath the EDM umbrella that there is a little bit of something for everybody. But it's like certain targeted audience, especially if you make, like for me, I make primarily dubstep music, primarily. But I make, pretty much anything in the electronic category, depending on how I feel or what I'm in the mood to make. But it's hard to really kind of promote it because it's such a specific demographic. And I feel like with vertical content nowadays, it's hard to like translate that to encourage people to listen to your new track. So I feel like the only way to like really market is to like, I don't know, do something stupid that somehow ties into your music. To like figure out a way to get a hook, like grab someone's attention by doing like creating some kind of hook in your video that grabs the attention of somebody, and the hook could be something completely dumb or a stitch of a video that could possibly relate to your music or the genre that you're in, or like a duet maybe. So yeah, marketing is hard. It's very hard. I feel like that takes like a certain skill to do. Um, but I understand, man. Trust me. Every artist has been there at one point in time. I'm still there because, I'm still a lesser known artist, but you know, it's all right. The more we learn, the better we get, right? So, so that's the base for Wilderness, and then halfway on the B side of this drop, we are welcomed by these percussions here, which is just a hi-hat and a cymbal, which is the same kind of hi-hats I made from yesterday's stream. Um, it's I'll go over it again. It's literally white noise, ARP white noise with a LFO modulating the level with a sharp pluck. And this envelope 2 is modulating the rate on LFO 1. And it's starting from, I want to say it's starting from either 16th or 32nd notes that goes down to 8th notes. And this is the curve. So it starts at 8th notes, goes up to, I believe, either 16th or 32nd, and then goes back down. So 8, and then goes back down. Yeah, it was going too fast. And then we have an EQ to boost up the high shelf and cut out the mid information. And then we have a filter that goes to a comb filter with the resonance at like 70. It's somewhere between 70 to 80%, which is where the sweet spots is to get some tonality in your hi-hat, because without the filter, there's not really much tonality. It's just like very plucky transient white noise. So this kind of washes it out a little bit more to give it more of a realistic feel. And then the frequency shifter of the comb filter kind of gives it more of a washout. If you go more towards the lesser of the frequencies or a lower frequency, it gives it more of a washout. Versus you go at a higher frequency, it gives more of a sharp cutoff. So that's pretty much it. And that goes the same for this cymbal. The only difference with the cymbal is that the comb filter has more resonance. It's up in the 90s, so it's really washing it out a little bit more. So how long do you think this breakdown will take? Well, we are about to get to the halfway mark, so I uh, I I don't know exactly how long it's gonna take because that just solely depends on how well I can explain what's going on. So, but we're about to get to the midpoint of the song, and then this last drop will probably have more things to talk about here. So I can't really I can't really estimate that. Um, so yeah, so there's the hi-hat, the cymbals, then these percussions come in, these drums come in, which is, the regular drums that I had from the last thing. And then we have this white noise to transition to the next section. So let's go to the next section. So not much has changed from based off of the intro here. The only thing is that we kind of I kind of extended the choir here, and it's fully open, it's not filtered in. So it's completely open all the way throughout this section here. And then the cathedral organs come back in like normal. And we have let's see. We have these two audio here. We have that, and then we have this audio. So that together, just to give a little bit more pronounced sound in the high end. So just to make it a little bit more crispier. So, and then keeping the kind of house drums happening in the background. So, and then aside from the build up, the only difference with this build up is that there is a percussional build up happening right here. So that's nothing new. Everything else is pretty much the same. Yes. This kind of extends further out into the build up, so that's the only new thing, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's talk about this section here. So we got some new sounds here. We got this sound, which is, I want to say, is this sound. No. Yeah, this sound right here. Which, this is the same sound from the wilderness bass from the first drop, except this time what did we do here? Oh, I believe it's the master tune. If I were to turn the master tune down. Yeah, the master tune, this is controlled by LFO 4, which has a 16th note speed, and it's cranked all the way up. So it's a huge pitch spread. The master tune is pretty much the pitch of the entire preset. So when you have a curve like this, that means the pitch starts from all the way up here, all the way to down here into the default note. So it's like a high pitch that goes to the default note at a very, alarming rate. And because there's a sub oscillator, without the sub, you don't really hear it. The pitch mainly comes from the sub going from a very high pitch to a very low pitch, which is essentially how you can make like kick drums and stuff like that. So that's where this very ringing sound comes from. It's because of this. And then we have LFO5 that is modulating, I believe, the LFO1 bus. Yeah. So LFO5 is modulating this little point in LFO1. So when I press and hold the notes, this pluck sound starts to accentuate and become more of a wall of sounds over time, which is really good for just ear candy, giving it some more character and texture. So basically, this is a copy and paste preset from the wilderness bass from earlier in the first drop. Everything else is pretty much the same. I mean, the 9 voice unison, detune, FM from B from LFO2, maybe a little bit more, because I believe the FM from B from the other time was just right here, and we kind of passed the 50% threshold here. Still an octave higher on oscillator B, still 5 semitones just for correction in the no sync window here, or the sync no window warp knob. So that's where that sound came from. Then you have this sound here, which I want to say this is this sound right here. Yeah. And if I have to take it, yeah. So this is pretty much the same copy and paste preset. Same thing on the effects, except the difference is there's no master tune and there's no LFO5 modulating with LFO1. So this is literally just creating like some kind of bass pluck right here. But oh, I didn't even show you the post processing. All it is just some kilohertz overdrive with +6 decibel, some OTT, chromoverb, which is then modulated, which is modulating over time to give it like that washout kind of effect, and then it stops and then it resets over and over again. Uh, some side EQing on the low frequencies so that the sub of the sound, well, this one has I have a separate sub, so this is actually unnecessary, but I think originally the preset had a sub with it. So that's why it was a copy and paste kind of channel or a duplicate channel of the original sound that had a sub. This just happened to be on there. So that doesn't really matter. And then this is just some cut in the high end right here as well. Same thing for this processing, same thing. And then we have this sound right here, which is, I want to say this sound, which again, same preset, different sound. I want to say that this one, again, the LFO2 from the FM from B is less than 50%. And then that's that. Same thing. Same processing, distortion, OTT, chromoverb. This chromoverb is 1 second decay with a dry of 100%, wet of 73. Which, because this is so short of a decay, it gives it like this very roomy kind of pluck sound, which is something that I really like. Um, and then obviously a different variation of the cutoff with this pluck here. And then we have like a separate sub, which is a sub preset I made in 2023. This is just with a sub oscillator with direct out using this saturated shaped sub here, and then a sync. I think this is a half window sync. No, this is a full window sync. Okay, full window sync just to add some harmonics. Distortion, diode 1 with a drive of almost 80%, mix to 33%, and then a compressor, a single band. We didn't do multi-band. Single band with a little bit of gain. That's pretty much it for this sub here. Then we added more distortion, but this time we use saturate instead of the overdrive. Saturate with a plus 6 decibel. We have an OTT on here as well. And then we have a side EQing just in case if any phase information is happening in the low end. We high passed it so that the sub can stay mono. There it is in all its glory. All right. And then we have this little snippet of the choir slash church, choir slash cathedral organ to do like a very nice transition. And then we have some automation with that washout to really give it like a kind of a mini buildup or a mini riser in a way. All right, so now we introduced a new sound, which is this guy down here. So this is the same preset, just with a different texture now. So let's break it down a little bit. Now this is a full cutoff from 100% to low, instead of like kind of doing it like this. Like that, it's fully open. We have LFO2 almost close to 50% with the FM from B to give it more of that situation. Sub still the same, effects still boosting the high shuff, and that is it for that. And then we have saturate 6, almost plus 6 decibel, OTT, and now we have chromaverb, but this time if we turn it off, sounds like crap, but if we turn it on, because the decay is so short, it's 0.25 seconds with a 100% dry and a 40% wet, giving that, and we used Bloomy this time. Bloomy had like a nice texture on top, which almost in a way give it like this metal trash can kind of top end, which is I really like. And then we kind of carved out this EQ just for the high end to be affected, some of the mids and not much of the low information. I mean, some of the low is coming through, but that's why we have these EQs to kind of cut them out, because we cut these out because we do have a sub underneath. So, and then we have these little snippets from this sound just to kind of mesh them together in a way and act as a fill. So everything else is pretty much the same, except we've added this percussion situation here, which is the same percussion from before. Then to the turnaround bass. All right, so now we have this sound, this very noisy and plucky, might I add, but because of the side chain, you don't really hear that initial transient pluck. So that was just a happy accident. I didn't expect that to really be that, but there it is. Which this came from this channel right here. And yes, you guessed it, same preset. Difference is Master Tune is back on, so we have this very sharp pluck on LFO4. Just like before, it's essentially the same sound as this right here. Wait, not this one. Is it this one? Nope. Go down. Where is it? Oh, it must be this one. Yeah. So it's this preset but duplicated and just slightly modified. So um there's that. LFO1 is going at quarter notes this time. LFO5 is still modulating the point right here. So that's the same. This is still FM from B, LFO2, which is a little bit over 50%. Uh, that's still controlling the sub. In the effects tab, a high shelf on the EQ. Same second verse, same as the first situation. Distortion, overdrive with +6 dB. OTT, chroma verb. This time we have a longer decay with a 4.9 seconds decay, 40 on the wet, 100% dry. Still on Bloomy, same kind of EQ carve. And then obviously we have a side EQ situation, and then we have a high pass and a low pass cutoff right here. So very simple sound, but very effective. And then just for those harsh frequencies, I when I bounced this to audio, I added soothe to get rid of some of the harsh frequencies. And then another channel EQ to really cut out more of the low end, just in case if there was any low information. And then this little peak, because there was like a specific harmonic that was coming through that I didn't particularly like, so I just cut that out. That's pretty much it. And then the song just kind of this section repeats itself alongside with the percussion. This is just a combination of this first drop and then this last drop, just to give it some more energy and kind of like sums it all up in the end. So and last but not least, this little part right here. This is the Wilderness audio from the intro that I added a chroma verb to wash it out towards the end, and then bounce that as to audio, and then let that reverb tail fade out with the fade out tool that I used. And that's it. That's the whole entire Wilderness breakdown. So if you guys haven't checked out the Hiatus Book 1 EP, this is track 2, Wilderness, alongside with the title track that we broke down yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, it's underneath me and Soul's alias named Soultronic. It is our debut EP. Wilderness was our debut single to kickstart our introduction launch of our new duo project. So, and it came out last year. So if you haven't, go check it out. I will put a link tree in the description. So now, before we move on to any further, uh, we're going to take a look at this person's music here. He goes by the name of uh, the little the little Timmys. So let's just switch over to my music account and let's see. Uh, hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me go to the filters, channel type. Here we are. Okay, so we got two tracks here. We got Checkmate and we have Manifest. So let's check out Checkmate and see what we got going here. Let me switch back over.
I've been moving in silence, staying out the way. Patience is a weapon, let them play the game. Took my time in my moves, now it's fate. Ain't no way around it, checkmate. I've been plotting from a distance, watching how they play. They was rushing all these steps, I just let them make mistakes. Now the board looking different, all my pieces in their place. Had to sacrifice some pawns, now I'm checking out the space. I don't chase, I track, let it flow like the tide. Stay composed, never crack, I got peace in my mind. They was talking about the come up, but they stuck in rewind. While I'm moving through dimensions, I ain't wasting no time. Ayy, too smooth, too calm, too great. Told them years ago, they ain't see the play. They was moving blind, now they see too late. One step left, now they stuck, checkmate. Checkmate, I just play the game with grace. Checkmate, I don't even need the race. Checkmate, every move is set in place. I've been working, now I'm way beyond the chase. Long night, steady grind, no distractions. They was focused on the flex, I was building up my passion. Took a couple L's, turned them all into lessons. Now they watching how I move, trying to study all my methods. I don't talk too much, let my actions do the speaking. They was loud back then, now they quiet when I'm preaching. Energy protected, I don't let them in my region. They was playing for the moment, I was building for a season. Take a deep breath, let it go. Let the world move how I move, take it slow. Ain't no rush when you really you control. Let them all make mistakes, they don't know. Checkmate, I just play the game with grace. Checkmate, I don't even need a race. Checkmate, every move is set in place. I've been working, now I'm way beyond the chase. Checkmate, ain't no stress when you know your fate. I've been moving inside, staying out the way. I've been missing since a weapon, let them play the game.
That sounded really good. The instrumentation is nice. I like that. Uh, I feel like the only problem I have with this one is the vocals. The mix down for the vocals sounds a little harsh in the ear. I don't know if it's because of if you are recording in like a very acoustic surrounding, because I can hear some acoustics in the voice, like the room that you're recording in, I'm assuming. Assuming that's your voice that you're recording and not like a sample or something like that, but I feel like this is your voice. So it kind of has like a little harshness in the ear a little bit that needs to be kind of tamed a little bit more. Um, Second thing is I kind of want to hear what you sound like. Like the high pitch kind of helium effect, it's kind of distracting. me personally, because I can't speak for everybody, just me personally, if I want to hear somebody like talk about their life or tell a story in music, I would much rather hear what you sound like and not a very high pitched version of your voice, because I feel like that you might have a voice that's like really beautiful that you need to really like show. You need to show that side of you. And I know it's kind of like, I don't know what the motive was behind the decision, the creative decision behind making your voice super high pitch. But me personally, I would much rather just hear your raw vocals, what you really sound like, so I can really connect with the story. Because the whole time I'm listening to it, I can hear the beat. The beat is fire, but I really wasn't paying attention to anything you were saying because I was just distracted by this high pitched helium vocal effects you have on your voice. So I would probably just kind of, me personally, I'm not a fan of that. But other than that, it's a pretty dope track. Let's check out Manifest. I think that's the next one.
Yeah, yeah. Speak it to existence, let it manifest. Took some L's, circus, let it manifest. Took some L's, turned them all into a lesson, yes. Never stressed, I just work, I invest. Now the vision coming true, man, I'm feeling blessed. I've been locked in, mind on expansion. Used to dream small, now my thoughts like a mansion. Had to cut distractions, focus like a marksman. Everything I wrote down started really happening. Yeah, no luck, this is purpose. Every single step I take in research and rehearse. They was moving reckless, now they stuck in reverse. While I'm cruising through the city, putting dreams in the worst. Hey, wake up, no time for the doubt. Every thought that I speak start turning around. Law of attraction, I move with the sound. Manifest what I want, now it's all coming out. It's manifest, yeah, I let it grow. Put the vision down, watch the blessings flow. Ain't no fear here, I already know. What I think about is what I'm gone. I just manifest, I can feel the change. Everything aligned when you play the game. I just manifest, never moving strange. I create my world, I don't wait for fate. Yeah, wrote it in my journal, then I put in work. Now the life I used to dream is the one I earn. They was trying to doubt it, now they trying to learn how I flip the script and let the tables turn. I was staying patient, building on my skill set. Knew my time was coming, I ain't never felt pressed. Saw the bigger picture, now I see it manifest. What I think about the most is what I really get. Ayy, mindset, money, and a movement. Stay aligned, now my energy translucent. Faith in a hustle, that's the blueprint. Now my life is everything I once was just a sum. And I speak it out loud, let it fly, let it grow. Move with intention, watch the universe unfold. Energy's real, what you give is what you hold. Keep your mind locked on the things that make you glow. I just manifest, yeah, I let it grow. Put the vision down, watch the blessings flow. Ain't no fear here, I already know. What I think about is what I'm going on. I just manifest, I can feel the change. Everything aligned when you play the game. I just manifest, never moving strange. I create my world, I don't wait for fate. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. I just manifest, let it manifest. Everything I wrote down, now it manifests. Speak it to existence, let it manifest. Speak it to existence, let it manifest.
I think this one's a better track. I like this one better than the first one. Um, Again, my notes are pretty much the same. The beat is really good. I like the beat selection. I don't know if you made it yourself or, uh, if you bought this beat. I have no idea. I don't know if you bought it or if you made it yourself. If you made it yourself, kudos to you because it sounds really good from a mixing standpoint. Um, Again, my notes about the voice is pretty much the same. I want to hear you. I want to hear what you sound like because again, I'm distracted by this chipmunk effect that you have on your voice. It's disconnecting me from really hearing you tell your story or disconnecting me to hear you tell your message. Um Thanks for reviewing. I know the vocals aren't perfect, and I've struggled with that part for a while, and I use the high pitch autotune because it adds character and gives it a unique personality. That's cool. You know, I like the fact that from a creative standpoint, it gives it you gave it something kind of unique that kind of separates from everything else. Um, but me personally, when I listen to artists, especially those who have a message and those who wants to share a story, I want to hear the story being told almost as if someone's talking to me, like in person. So the high pitch auto tune part is just not my cup of tea. Because again, I can't really tell you a lyric or memorize a lyric from what I've heard because the high pitch part is very distracting. Like I was wanting to pay attention. Like I like the chorus. The chorus when you added like very stereo width in your voice to give it like a very chorusy kind of effect to it. But I've just never been a fan of my own voice and I can't find a vocalist. Listen, sometimes it takes time to like really find the confidence isn't the word. I guess confidence could be one, but it does take time to like, you know, be okay with your voice cuz trust me, I just started putting my vocals in my own music like last year. But I've been making music for a decade and some change, and I never put my own vocals in there because, you know, I don't necessarily hate my voice, but I just feel like I know what a good sounding singing voice sounds like, let alone a rapping voice sound like. And I know for a fact I just don't got that kind of voice, that tone. But what made me decide to put my own vocals in my music and keep the character of my vocals and not hide it behind effects is simply because your voice by itself without the autotune and high pitchness is already unique. You already have a unique voice. Nobody has a voice like yours. So because of that, that already in itself separates you from other people. So I 100% feel like that you don't need to hide your voice behind these special effects. Your voice is already unique in its own self. Now, the auto tune, that part I get because, you know, auto tune at one point in time was used to correct pitches in vocalists, especially with singers, and then with rappers, it was more of a stylized kind of effect. Not to say that people who can't sing use auto tune to give it an impression that they can sing. It's a style. It's a you know it's just another style to bring certain harmonics in the voice that's just luscious to the ear, and it's a fan favorite by a lot of people in the hip hop community. So the auto tune, I completely understand. The high pitch, me personally, just not a fan of. I feel like that if you don't like your voice, then you just have to find a way to fall in love with your voice. You have to, because I feel like that if you're going to tell a story, whether it's through music or whatever it is, your voice is a part of the story. And we need to hear that. And it doesn't matter if your voice, like say if hypothetically if you have a voice that cracks a lot or whatever, it doesn't really matter because this is your way of telling the story. Not everybody has this perfect singing voice or a perfect rap voice or whatever the case may be. But this is a part of your musical identity. So, and I don't want you to hide behind that. You know what I'm saying? So, I want you to be able to be 100% yourself. And, you know, in terms of vocal production wise, I would probably say like if you record in a room that has a lot of acoustics, I would probably get you a like a condenser mic maybe or maybe like a dynamic cuz I use a dynamic mic. This one is a I ain't gonna lie, I got this mic off of Timu. This is a DM57 dynamic dynamics mic. This does a good job of eliminating, not eliminating, but reducing background noise. So even with acoustics, it kind of um decrease, the background. So so I can get more clarity when I do record. Um so that will help a lot within the mix. Um I understand that you're not a fan of the pitch, but I came up with the idea of the little Timmys as a brand, as a unique voice and personality. Okay, hey, to each his own, right? Like, to each his own. So if that's your brand, that's your brand. So, and the song was 100% made and produced by us. Oh, well, yeah, the beat is really dope. Really like that. I like this song Manifest better than the first one. The first one was good, but I like this one because it kind of has a soulful kind of feeling to it. So kudos to you guys. The mixing is really good. I like that it has like its own unique flair to it. One thing I really do appreciate is that it has like a throwback kind of sound towards it where it doesn't kind of copies the trend of modern hip hop music, which nothing's wrong with that, but it's very rare that we come across music that has this kind of beat behind it because I feel like with this kind of beat, it allows it allows like a different feeling and different nostalgia to it, an emotion that you can just kind of, you know, paint a vivid picture of whatever that's being said in the song, and it hits you in a different kind of hits you in a different way where it's familiar and it's like this style is kind of like lost and forgotten in a way. So I love the fact that you're kind of bringing this style back, but then it's in your own flair too. And across the board, the artwork is pretty dope too. I like the whole retro kind of rustic kind of look to it. I really like that. So, but yeah, it's a dope track. I really like it. The voice isn't the voice isn't for me, but like I said, to each his own. If that's your brand, that's your brand. I can't tell you not to, whatever, because it's a creative decision from an artist perspective. So, and that's all you, man. So, but needless to say, congrats on the two singles, man. Like, keep going, and if this is what you love to do, if this is something that you're passionate about, then I would love to see you flourish. I love to see you create more songs and hopefully an album at one point in time and see where this brand takes you. Like, who knows where this brand can take you. um you definitely have a unique sound, and because of the voice decision, you definitely have a unique approach. So I can see this becoming something very special. So, well, I appreciate you reviewing the song and giving us feedback. We're releasing our debut album soon. If you want to keep up with it, it'll probably be a lot better. Yeah, man, definitely keep me in the loop. If you like, once the album comes out, let me know, and I'll react to it and do like a full review of it. So yeah, man. For those of you guys who are watching this, check out the Little Timmys, man. Check out their stuff. They got 2 songs so far, so um, but they're dope. And I'm a sucker for melodies too, so that's another reason why I like this song. So yeah, I like it, man. Fantastic job. Is it just like you? Is it just you, or is it like a team of y'all? Like, how does this work? Is it like a group of y'all that works underneath this alias, or is it just a solo thing? Like, what is it? Let me open a new template. All right. We can do we can do some sound design for this last part. 5 members. There's a description on our channel. Oh, I didn't even see that. Let me look at it. Okay, members, we got your boy Timmy, co-founder, main artist, business manager. We have the Tim Reaper, main artist, Timmy Smalls, co-founder, vocalist, Tim O'Thick, co-founder, Tim Too Tall, Tim Too Tall, yeah, Tim Too Tall, and then DJ Timmy, DJ and producer. I like that you guys did a play on words of the umbrella alias for each individual person in the group. That's very unique. That's really cool. So you guys, it's just one band, one sound. So you guys pretty much are the band, pretty much. That's really cool. Oh, you guys joined YouTube like literally uh last month. Yeah, so you guys are completely new. Yeah, y'all look, do your thing, man. You clearly got the right idea. I'm glad that you guys got the branding figured out, and I'm glad that you guys have like everybody has their unique abilities to like bring the whole music together and play a role in some way, shape, or form. So fantastic job. All right. So uh-oh. Let's do some more sound design. I thought of something. I didn't think of something. I saw somebody. I think it was Odd Prophet that did this, and that is oh, I have to log into Splice. You know what? I don't have to do that. So we're going to we worked on a few sounds in the Serum 2. I'm currently working on a Serum 2 preset pack. Let me stop right there. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm working on a Serum 2 preset pack. I don't know when I'll be done with it. I want to be done with it. I want to start, I want to make more sounds all the way until towards the end of the year, and then just do this huge release of a large preset pack. So that's the goal here. So let's just make some sounds. We're going to use some simple waves. We're going to use a sine wave, and we'll just see where this takes us. No idea where this is going to take us. Let's see. Let's go to distortion. We can use sine shaper. That's like an automatic like bass design right there. So if we go ahead and render oscillator A as the wavetable. Keep up the good work on the stream. I sub and I'll let you know with our album drops. Appreciate you. Hey man, thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate you, man. I can't wait to hear the album and review it. I'm always down to look for some new music, especially if it's like underground artists. I find that underground artists are more talented than mainstream, but don't tell anyone I said that. All right, let's see here. We have a bend minus we can probably do something with. All right, let's see here what we can do here. Oh, you know what? We can kind of do this. Do sample and hold. Do like a little bass jam. Actually, let's remove from LFO1. Let's use LFO2 for this one. Sample and hold. We'll stick with semitones. Oh, I was like, why is my multimeter not working? Because I didn't put one on. There we go. What else we can do here? We can do sync. We can do like a FM from B situation. I guess let's use another sine wave, just this. Or let's use a saw wave and take out the fundamental. See what we get with that. Let's use LFO3. We're just basically creating a bass jam at this point. We'll do like one like this and then sample and hold. Oh, turn up smooth. What we can do is take that little sample and put it into spectral. And let's make it loop. Wait, let me just hear. Okay. Let's give it some distortion, like a soft clip. Just like that. But then let's also go to gate. I kind of like this one, so let's just modulate this and let's do sample and hold for this. Let's do the change the starting position. And let's go ahead and bring these back in. We can turn up the unison and then give it some detune. We can turn up just a hair bit more. Making a nice foundation here. Let's go into, I thought of something else too. Let's go into the effects section. Let's go to flanger. Let's turn down the rates and let's turn down the phase. already I can hear a problem. So let's, oh, let me go ahead and, let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. Let's use high 24 and high pass. And add a sub. Make this direct out so it doesn't. Cool. So now that doesn't get interfering. That doesn't interfere with anything. Okay. Let's get a filter and go to miscellaneous. I don't know what the resonance really do with the ring mod. Let's get LFO5 on this. We'll just kind of do it right here. Do another sample and hold. Okay, cool. Let's add a distortion to bring this up a bit. Oof. All right, let's get a compressor to tame it. Multiband. Maybe not so much on the drive. Maybe a soft clip will be better. Cool. We can get like a reverb with open plate size down. It's getting colorful in here. Let's add another filter, but this time let's do a comb. All combs. let me add a equalizer to get rid of the. Let's use LFO6 for this. Sample and hold. You can kind of do the same thing with the mix here, just kind of play with the mix. Let me go ahead and save this. We'll call this just bass jam. I don't really use bode often, so let's see. This is essentially a frequency shifter, so oh, there's a feedback. Oh, blur is like it's like kind of like washing out the sound, so okay. I like that. Definitely need another compressor for sure. Multi-band and I feel like this needs to be have their own sample and hold too. And we'll do like a bar. We could add a delay. Put it to ping pong mode. Take a Bass Jam 2. Ugh, that's just. It's very ear piercing, I know, but it sounds cool. With some more taming, like post processing, like taming the sound, that could be really hopeful. We can pull back the feedback. That's really cool though. I wonder if I if I just press a note and then initialize the preset and then put that into the wavetable, will it do it? No, it wouldn't do it. But it was cool though. It was cool that you could do it. Or like it would be cool if you could do it. But what I can do is open up another channel, another instance of Serum 2, and go to the second jam, or the third jam, really. Take that and drop it in like that. Though I am kind of like surprised that this is a small sounding. Like if I go back to this one and go to Jam 3. I wonder why there's such a low volume now, because it was high before. Oh, now all of a sudden it's high. So let me initialize the preset here. Let me go back to this one. Take this audio, put it in the spectral noise. First and foremost, let's go to distortion and let's go to soft clip. If we get rid of the sub, oh shoot, okay. Cool. Obviously, if I were to go to like Spectral Gate, you'll get some really cool. Then let's do that's fun. Detune. Oh, I see. So that's the Shepherd's Stone. Pitch shift. Formant. I'm trying to press mask. Oh. Oh, mask it's also to be. Oh, I wait. That probably won't vocode. Yeah. Let's take oscillator B. Well, it's not in spectral mode, so mask. Anyway, that's what happens when you get gate. Oh, I forgot there's smear. Let's kind of move this. And let's do envelope mode. That's also more like that. Oh, the Matrix. I can take distortion and kind of. We'll keep the sub on, or the main on. Make like a stab out of this maybe. Use white noise for color. Take the level. Take this. Go to matrix. Use LFO2. Go to main tune. Main tuning. Make this envelope for sure. We like that. Beefy. Let's bring it up a notch. Ooh. What we also can do is add more distortion in the highs. So we can hear that. So that's one way to do like a like stab, bass stab. To make it bigger, we add reverb, or you can use a convolver for this too. Let's take a bode. Ow. Be careful with this feedback. like that. This little part. Let's save that. I don't think I have a base stab situation. So we'll just make one. Base stab. We can go to harmonics here. The cool thing is you can kind of scrub through the spectral audio here and get different textures. If we go back to the 0 octave, and let's use the first harmonic. That's cool. We call this stab 2. We can change, well, there's not really, we can change the diode to anything. Really, the main change is going to... That's worth stabbing over. No pun intended. More stabs. You can change the there's a lot of stabs you can do here. Let's take a look at this. The presets is growing. Hold on, I'm like itching my feet. Let's see. We can do more with this. Like we can kind of take the spectral, right? Like that. Let's go down to serum 2 right here. And let's take we can use we can take presets that we've made and put it in the spectral thing. Like let's test this base oil kind of preset. Take that and we can just plant it in here. And get a whole different sound. We can take it off smear. We can gate it. Just like that, you made a whole different new bass sound, and it's endless, honestly. I'm just saving these. I like that. These have some nice timbres on the top end. Like that. Let's see. Let's take another. Let's take something else and make it into a situation. Let's see here. Oh, my wilderness base made it. Nice. We can do. Oh, let's get our super saw. Let's get our super saw. And drop them in. Well, let's just default everything. Let me go to the effects. This bio, it might be. Oh. Let me bypass all this so I can hear. Oh, there's a gate on it. Duh. Okay, so let's I guess putting the gate back on. Ooh, wait. Oh. I like that. I like what that just did. Well, let me go to the matrix and do that. Just for the sake for filter one, let me go ahead and put the high pass filter on. And let me add a delay. And then last but not least, this is bass stab 10. All right, cool. So we got some stabs here. Look at that. We got some stabs. All right, that's the last one. We made a bunch of stabs by just importing sounds into Serum 2. So this is nice. Anyway, I'm gonna stop right here. And well, this is a fun live. I appreciate you guys joining me and really watching the walkthrough of Wilderness from start to finish. Shout out to the Little Timmies. You know, this is a brand new I guess you can say brand new members of musicians and talented people. As you guys heard, we reacted to 2 songs of theirs, Manifest being my favorite. I forgot what the first one was called, but and they make like really chill hip-hop sounds, and they produce all their stuff, so check them out. They say they're working on an album, so I can't wait to hear about it and review it. So anyway, we're at the end of the stream. Tomorrow we're going to be breaking down the 3rd track on the Hiatus Book 1 EP, the 3rd track being Constellations featuring Amerk. This one is one of my favorites. It's very wonky and weird. Kind of like has like a micro drop in the beginning. So yeah, that's gonna be fun to break down. And as far as reactions go, we'll see if I have a reaction to react to tomorrow. But until then, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys take care and have a good night. Peace out, Dane out.